The Scandalous Life of Edsel Bryant Ford, 10 Shocking Facts. Edsel Bryant Ford, son of the legendary Henry Ford, was more than just an automobile executive. He was a man at the center of controversies, family feuds, and surprising business decisions that shaped the future of the Ford Motor Company. Despite his upbringing in one of America's most powerful families, Edsel faced numerous challenges that left an indelible mark on the automobile industry and American history. Here are 10 of the most scandalous and shocking facts about his life. Fact number 1. A complicated childhood and family expectations. Edsel Ford, born on November 6, 1893, was the only child of automobile magnate Henry Ford and Clara Ford. Growing up, he was constantly under the strict scrutiny of his father, who had very specific expectations for his only son. While Edsel was pushed to immerse himself in the business from a young age, his true interests lay elsewhere. He was deeply fascinated by art, architecture, and car design, favoring elegance and aesthetics over the industrial efficiency that his father championed. His marriage to Eleanor Clay in 1916 was not only a personal decision but also a strategic move to solidify the family's social and business standing, Eleanor being the niece of the influential department store magnate J.L. Hudson. The couple had 4 children, Henry Ford II, who would later take over the company, Benson, Josephine, and William. While their marriage appeared solid to the outside world, insiders revealed that Edsel often found himself trapped between his father's relentless demands and his desire to innovate. Henry Ford once scorned Edsel's penchant for luxury cars, declaring, "We're in the business of making money, not indulging in fancies." This conflict set the stage for a tumultuous relationship that would impact Edsel's role in the company throughout his life. Number 2. The Scandal of the Lincoln Acquisition. In 1922, Edsel Ford persuaded his father, Henry Ford, to purchase the near-bankrupt Lincoln Motor Company for $8 million, a bold move given the family's conservative financial reputation. Founded by Henry Leland, a former Cadillac executive, Lincoln was struggling, and many saw its acquisition as risky. Edsel viewed this as a strategic entry into the luxury car market to compete directly with Cadillac, which clashed with his father's vision of making affordable cars for the masses. Initially opposed, Henry Ford saw it as an unnecessary extravagance, but Edsel argued that Lincoln could elevate Ford's status. The acquisition created a power struggle, with Edsel often at odds with his father over Lincoln's direction. Despite skepticism, Edsel succeeded in transforming Lincoln into a symbol of American luxury, but the controversy underscored the deep tensions between father and son, with many interpreting it as Edsel's attempt to forge his own path in the shadow of his father's control. Number 3. The Soybean car controversy. In 1941, Edsel Ford promoted the Soybean car, made with plastic components from soybeans, in collaboration with George Washington Carver to showcase Ford's innovation and sustainability. Despite being marketed as an eco-friendly innovation, the car faced skepticism and was mocked as a vanity project that diverted resources from traditional manufacturing. It never reached mass production due to World War II material shortages and internal doubts. Yet, the Soybean car remains a symbol of Edsel's willingness to explore unconventional ideas. Number 4. Feud with the Ford Executive Board. Edsel Ford's presidency of Ford Motor Company, beginning in 1919, was fraught with conflict, particularly with the company's executive board, which remained loyal to his father, Henry Ford. Edsel aimed to modernize the company by advocating for innovations like hydraulic brakes, believing they would enhance safety and appeal. However, his father dismissed these changes as unnecessary, preferring to stick to tried-and-true methods. Edsel's push for modernization often led to heated debates with board members, who viewed him as inexperienced and overly focused on aesthetics rather than practicality. This internal discord weakened Edsel's authority, portraying him as a leader overshadowed by his father's domineering presence. Despite his efforts, many saw his presidency as ineffective due to his inability to override his father's influence. Number 5. Controversy over the Ford Rouge plant expansion. Edsel Ford was a significant advocate for the expansion of the Ford Rouge plant, one of the world's largest industrial complexes in Dearborn, Michigan. The project faced numerous challenges, including severe labor disputes, environmental concerns, and conflicts with local government over pollution and safety standards. The plant's working conditions drew harsh criticism from social activists, leading to intense scrutiny and public backlash. Edsel found himself in a difficult position, balancing his father's demands for increased production with mounting pressure from labor unions and activists pushing for better working conditions and fair wages. The Rouge plant expansion became a symbol of the era's labor struggles, characterized by strikes and violent confrontations. Despite these challenges, Edsel continued to support the expansion to meet escalating demand and maintain Ford's competitive edge, often at the cost of public opinion and strained worker relations. Number 6. The alleged affair with a Hollywood starlet. Rumors circulated during the 1930s and 1940s that Edsel Ford had an extramarital affair with a well-known Hollywood actress. The tabloids hinted at secret meetings, lavish gifts, and whispers of scandal that threatened to tarnish the Ford family's image. Although no concrete evidence of the affair ever emerged, the rumor mill worked overtime, suggesting that the actress in question may have been one of several leading ladies of the era, with names like Joan Crawford or Jean Harlow being tossed around in speculative gossip columns. Some suggested that this alleged affair was Edsel's way of escaping the intense pressure of his family obligations and corporate life. Despite being unverified, the rumors persisted for years and contributed to the air of mystery and intrigue that surrounded Edsel's private life. Number 7. The infamous Ford Landia failure. Though Henry Ford conceived the idea of Ford Landia, a rubber plantation in the Amazon rainforest designed to secure a steady supply of rubber for tires, Edsel was tasked with overseeing some aspects of its development. The project, launched in 1928, was intended to reduce Ford's dependence on British and Dutch rubber monopolies. However, Ford Landia quickly became infamous for its mismanagement, cultural insensitivity, and disastrous outcomes. The plantation's American managers imposed their own Midwestern values on the Brazilian workers, leading to conflicts and strikes. The endeavor ultimately failed due to environmental challenges, worker unrest, and logistical nightmares, costing the Ford company millions. Edsel's involvement, although limited, led critics to accuse him of supporting his father's imperialistic ambitions, adding another blemish to the Ford family's already contentious legacy. Number 8. The cancelled Ford airplane project. In the 1930s, Edsel Ford was keen on diversifying Ford Motor Company's portfolio by entering the aviation sector. He envisioned the mass production of affordable airplanes, mirroring Ford's success with automobiles. The Ford airplane project aimed to revolutionize personal air travel in the same way the Model T had revolutionized car ownership. However, internal opposition from Ford executives loyal to Henry Ford, who vehemently opposed any diversification beyond the automotive industry, led to the project's abrupt cancellation. Allegations of internal sabotage further underscored the deep divisions within the company and highlighted the extent to which Edsel's ambitions were thwarted by his father's allies. The cancellation of the project represented a significant missed opportunity and showcased the internal politics that often stymied Edsel's innovative visions. Number 9. The infamous failure of the Ford Edsel. The Ford Edsel, named after Edsel Ford, was intended to symbolize innovation in American automotive design, combining luxury with affordability. Launched in 1957, it was heavily promoted as a game-changer, but it quickly became one of the most famous failures in automotive history. Despite an investment of $250 million, equivalent to nearly $3 billion today, the car was plagued with design flaws, quality control problems, and marketing missteps. Consumers found its design unattractive, particularly the signature horse-collar grille, and its pricing confusing. Introduced during a recession, the Edsel struggled to find a market and was discontinued in just 3 years, resulting in a $350 million loss for Ford. The Edsel's failure became a corporate cautionary tale and, ironically, underscored the disconnect between the company's vision and consumer desires. While meant to honor Edsel Ford's legacy, it instead highlighted the challenges of innovation within the company's rigid structure. Number 10. The mysterious death of Edsel Ford. Edsel Ford died of stomach cancer on May 26, 1943, but his death sparked rumors and speculation. While officially due to cancer, many believed his deteriorating health was worsened by relentless pressure from his father, Henry Ford, who allegedly ignored Edsel's pleas to slow down. Some rumors suggested Edsel was planning significant changes at Ford, further straining their relationship. Speculation ranged from foul play to neglect, adding intrigue to the already contentious Ford family legacy, though no evidence ever substantiated these claims.